river. He looked at me like, don't you know you're looking at me? Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Welcome back. Today is Michael's birthday, so I'm going to start by saying happy birthday, Michael. Honey, I love you.
And in honor of him too, we're drinking out of the bamboo straws he gave us.
Yes.
You noticed in our last video we had metal straws because, you know, environmental, no plastic, whatever. But apparently he's afraid that we're gonna clock our eye out with the metal straw. So
And poke our brain. Because that lady died.
I know. Now he's like freaked out every time we drink out of metal straw.
So he came home one day and he goes, honey, I bought you something. And I said, you did? He goes, yep, I got something for Hannah too. And he had this box of bamboo straws and he was so excited. And it has a little cleaner and you guys will not poke your brains out. This is an acorn squash.
And like cut up potatoes. And we made it on the little
Great.
the grate, yeah. So basically this episode is gonna be InstaPot for dummies.
This is even more basic than 101, so it's like negative 101. You know,
our style.
When you start, it's intimidating. You have all these buttons and you're going, what do I do with all this? So we're gonna break it down, and so if you guys see something and you go, hey, will you guys do this? Lots of people have already told us. And it's like, thank you guys for being excited about this as we are. Because everybody's going, when's your next one? When's your next one?
I know, so it took us like 2 weeks to do the next one. So right after we did the first one, we had all of these events that we were both actually doing together. Crazy.
Yeah, and Friday and Saturday, we just had a little baking thing we had to do. We did over 300 cupcakes.
Yeah, it's just
Small order, 300 cupcakes. And part of them was gluten-free. And don't tell Hannah, but they were amazing. If you did not know that they were gluten-free,
She does not like to give me compliments when I make no crap food actually taste good.
Yeah, because that's hot.
Also, disclaimer, if you make squash out of an InstaPot, don't.
It's hot.
You don't want to put it in your mouth directly right after you take it out of the
Yeah, let's try potato.
Yeah. We're just going to be super basic, super easy, just literally you can do it in your sleep. First off, forget all the buttons.
Forget the buttons.
Yes, just skip that. When you see all the buttons that are saying like porridge and steak and stew, just don't pay attention to them. There's only 3 buttons you need to pay attention to on InstaPot, and it's
Saute. Yogurt. We'll get to yogurt one day.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing.
Yes.
Yogurt and then
pressure cook.
pressure cook.
Which is basically manual. So on other people's InstaPots that are not name brand InstaPot, I think it's manual. I don't think it's pressure cook.
I think that's right.
I think it's just manual. And then so manual, saute, and yogurt.
So first of all, I showed Hannah something today that you didn't know.
Yes.
When you open this, right here, isn't that cool that you can do that?
The buttons we're just talking about. So it's pressure cook right here, and saute, and then where's the yogurt? The yogurt. And so when you push pressure cook, these little knobs, plus and minus, that just puts it to where you want the time to be at, whether it's like 5 minutes or 7 minutes or wherever. And that will happen whenever you push pressure cook, because that's basically the manual button.
Up and down.
Up and down. And then of course cancel when you're done.
That's the only ones I use.
Yeah.
I never use the other ones.
When you get more comfortable with it and you start kind of getting to the point where you're like a pro.
I do this.
Yeah. And it doesn't
Because we're
scare
not
you.
there yet.
Well, almost. I don't know. We've gotten to the point where we're adventurous with it.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to be scared of it. It's not going to blow up. All those weird stories you see where people have it blow up in their face.
One lady had their daughter hold it like this and she forced it open. Well, it blew up in her face. You cannot open this until this goes down.
Yeah.
So when it's up like that, that means the pressure is in it.
Yeah, that's all the pressure, and the lid should not be turned off. The lid can't open.
It
so you
can't.
shouldn't just force it.
Okay, so when the valve goes down, that's when you can open it. But when the pressure is up, that little knob's up and you can't open it.
Yeah. Then, basic recipes like things that you can do in the InstaPot and not have to do the hard way in the oven or on the stove. Things that you wouldn't even think that would go in InstaPot. Like last time we talked about spaghetti, potatoes, oatmeal, porridge. I just made porridge the other day. I call it porridge because I don't know.
You're weird.
I was gonna say I'm more authentic.
What would you call that?
I would just call it pocket meals.
Pocket meals. Hey, that's good.
Super easy. One of the ones that we did was a hobo dinner. Explain about hobo dinner.
Okay, so we sliced potatoes. I did sweet potato because
So you can do both if you want.
you can do either one. And carrots. And I didn't have onion, but I usually put a slice of onion on there. And then on top, we did it 2 different ways, and they were both very good. We had leftover hamburger patties that were already charcoaled, and I put that on top. Well, I put a little pat of butter on top of that, so it made it, oh, it was really good.
It was super good. It didn't taste like it was a patty that had been frozen from making it a few days before.
And I put them in frozen. Pulled them out of the freezer, stuck it on there, put a pat of butter on it, and I put a little Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, and you can also like put cheese on it if you're a cheese person.
Turkey. Oh yeah, we did a turkey patty, and that was a ground turkey. We just made it into a patty and put it on top. So we did a raw one and we did an already cooked one
Of meat. And we did both of those, and then we covered it in the foil like a little pocket, like it's all covered up. You put your seasonings and your butter, and then you set them in the InstaPot.
We did them on the same time.
Yeah,
We did them the same time just to see, experiment, and it was perfect.
15 minutes. When in doubt, just always do 15 minutes. To me, like I feel like that's a good in-between time. It's called a hobo.
A hobo dinner.
Is like,
And you can put anything in there.
you put peppers.
I made one time, and I did fresh broccoli and fresh cauliflower, and put seasoning on it, and then put my hamburger patty on top, and it was really good.
So you can do pretty much anything.
But I would stay away from frozen vegetables.
Yeah.
It's just doesn't work.
There's no need. If they cook really fast on the stove, then
Yeah, because they just turn to mush.
I don't like mushy.
Yeah.
I like there to be kind of a crunch. You can make multiple things at one time, especially if you have the grate in there. We put the grate on, like when we made the hobo dinners at one time, we made them several different times. And the next time we put Brussels sprouts.
Yes,
So
I
put
did
the
it
hobo-
all in one pot.
So you put the foil packets on the bottom, and then you put the crate above it, and then you put the fresh, if you want something else in there. And we did Brussels sprouts.
But if I did them for 15 minutes, like we did last time, we cut them in half, and they were a little overdone.
Yeah, so you can keep them whole.
I would keep them whole. We cooked bacon in a cast iron skillet. We kind of browned them up in that bacon.
It was so good.
Whether,
Yeah, you can tell we really like food.
well, we really like bacon.
Yes,
One of our-
cooking with it is just so good.
Yeah, there's nothing like bacon flavor. But that's what I do. I would not cut them in half. Unless you like them really soft, like Michael does. He doesn't like any crunch in them at all. And it's just like everything else. You just have to experiment. And don't be scared to experiment.
Do not be scared to experiment. Like that's the main thing with InstaPot. You don't have to be afraid of it. Just don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Is that harsh?
Yeah, that is kind of harsh. You've been around me too long.
I think so.
One time we'll do a roast. Or on some sites you'll see a big N and a big R. That means natural release, and that means you let it come to pressure on its own. Quick release is when you let this, and they do it with a Q and an R. They quick release, you do this and steam comes out. Never, never, never do a quick release on any kind of meat. It sucks all the moisture out of your meat.
You don't need moisture in your vegetables, so that doesn't.
No, so it doesn't matter. I will do my pork roast like that, and then, you know me and shredding, I don't shred, but I'll cut it up and then put barbecue sauce on it.
It's not shredded.
It's not pulled because it's not strings, but it is.
So it's chopped pork.
It's chopped pork, barbecue chopped pork.
Okay. Lord forbid if it's shredded and stringy like
Oh,
the rest
can't
of the
do it.
world eats it.
No honey.
How does it change the taste of it?
Because the strings goes down to the back of your throat. And I got gagged one time, and I can't do it. We probably should edit that out. You can't do it.
Literally, you can't do it because it's a fear of getting choked up.
Yes, I guess I gotta talk to God about that to be released in the name of Jesus.
It's not even that long of it. You make it sound like it's like spaghetti.
Honey, I can't do it. I thought my husband was picky.
I know you talk about how Michael's so picky, but then I keep learning new things of how I'm not supposed to cut this or not supposed to dish out certain things because you're
maybe I am weird. You know, maybe he's so picky because he's lived with me for
33 years.
34.
Oh, right.
34 years. That's a long time.
Yeah. You are exactly 10 years ahead of my dad.
Wow, and I was 10 years in school.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm
crazy.
10 years older than your mama.
Oh, wow.
Because isn't she 47? 46?
Yeah.
Aren't I 47? Yeah, I'm 47.
No, you're 50.
I mean, I'm 57.
Well, I mean, I did think you were in your 40s when I met you, but
You know you're getting old when you don't even know how old you are.
You're just-
And you
yeah.
miss it by 10 years.
well, that's because you act like a 47-year-old. You don't act like a 57-year-old.
Well, some days I do.
My own mother-in-law was like, "Wait, how old is Pam?" And I said, "She's 57." She was like, "Are you sure?" Yeah. I would have thought she was maybe in her late 40s, but I
Really?
didn't. Yeah.
Today, I don't even have makeup on. But you
We
look
did,
good.
no, we did not need to tell them that.
Well, I think they can tell.
No.
They think I'm sick or something.
No.
She has no eyebrows. What's her problem?
I got a
But
freaking pimple in
Look,
my eye.
she is rocking it. Didn't she look adorable?
And this is 4-day hair and
Well, it's-
spit up shirt. Like I'm covering half of this because Mary has thrown up on this shirt 5 times.
Well, she's rocking it. Isn't she adorable? She could wear a gunny sack and look
What is
adorable.
it?
They used to buy, that's what they used to call it. Like you'd buy your feed in a gunny sack.
Why do you call it gunny sack? Sounds like you keep your guns in it.
A gunny feed? You
Oh,
know,
okay.
to feed your chickens?
Okay.
I don't know, that's just what they say.
Shouldn't it be like guinea sack or something? Like guineas? We're gonna solve the world problem.
Sometimes you
someday.
can really tell the difference in our age because the things that I say, little quotes, and she doesn't get it.
Hey, I will say though, I do pick up on the older ones because I say Jiminy Christmas because that's what Mimi says all the time.
Really?
Yes, and you asked me what that meant the other day.
Yeah, I didn't. I never heard
I'm like,
that.
don't you? My grandma says that all the time. Shouldn't you know what that is?
Oh yeah, 'cause I'm almost your grandma's. I am close. You know?
You're closer than me.
Pocket meals.
Okay, so pocket meals are one of the things you can use on your list because yes, you can use foil in the InstaPot. That was a question that was asked.
And if you're freaked out about that, use parchment paper.
I didn't know you use parchment paper.
Yeah, use parchment paper, fold it over, and make sure you have a seal in it. So you can use parchment paper. When I make meatloaf, I make like pounds and pounds of meat, like four pounds. I think that's what I did the other day. And I make these meatloaf kits, baseball size.
Baseball size.
So you just use your regular meatloaf recipe. I don't have a recipe. I just throw stuff in there. But it's about 1 egg to a pound of hamburger is a really good ratio. So when I make my meatloaf, I will make all of these, I guess they're like big meatballs, but I flatten them.
They're
a little
flat
bit.
meatballs.
And then I put them in a tray and put them in the freezer, and then I pull them out and I put them in a Ziploc bag. I make this brown sugar topping that I put on top of my meatloaf. Different people do different things, but that's what I use.
We do like the most similar. I just don't put breadcrumbs in mine.
In your meatloaf. So when I put those in the freezer, and I put enough of the mixture for 2 of the meatballs in the Ziploc bag. So if I have 6 meatballs in there, then I'll have 3 bags of sauce. So when I need a quick meal, I'll pull out 2 meatballs, put them on the grate thing, and I'll cut up my potatoes and my carrots and I'll put my sauce on top and cook it. Didn't we cook those for 2 minutes? 15.
I think we did 15, so this is raw meat.
I mean, I smash them down, so they're about this big. So it's not like, if it was really thick, you couldn't do them in that time.
That'd do 20 minutes.
20 minutes, and then your potatoes and carrots will be all done. I sprinkle them with a little bit of seasoning, and
Show them.
we need to show that thing that I didn't know.
When you get an InstaPot, normally you'll get a little grate that says potatoes on it. You'll get a grate that goes with it, and it looks like this when it's sitting down, and it has these for like handles. But if you need it to be a little bit taller, you do this. Oh, sorry. You can do it upside down and do it like that.
And in the InstaPot, this will go, and it'll stay up.
It'll stay up. Just do it where it's above whatever you have on the bottom, and it'll kind of just stay up like that. And then you put whatever you need to on top. We have the pocket meals. We have the meatloaf and potatoes, where you can make 2 things at one time, which that's nice to know, especially if you're in a hurry. I know that works really well for me as a mom of 2 little people, one who needs food when he needs food. And so, like last night, we were gonna go to a party, but I didn't have time to like get a bunch of things together. So I made some acorn squash and potatoes, and I just put it in the Instapot while we were getting ready. And then as soon as it was done, I just put it in our little to-go containers to take with food in it. And so I just put it in that, and I just fed him while we were on our way there, and it was easy because both of them were done. But we have names for these: pocket meals and dinner kits.
There you go, dinner kits.
Yes, you heard it straight from
The horse's mouth. Have you heard that one?
no. Really, really quick. That is the most amazing thing. You will never do it the normal way ever again. Boiled eggs. Oh my gosh, especially I grew up on a farm, and so we always had farm fresh eggs, and everyone who has farm fresh eggs knows that they don't peel worth of crap. No matter what you try, all of those old tales of what you can do, they don't work. I've tried all of them, like all of them. In the InstaPot.
Now, people do this different. This is how I do it. I put my eggs in there, and I cover it with water. Some people put them up on a dill, don't let them get in the water. I put them in the water. I do it for 5 minutes, wait 5 minutes, then quick release.
Oh.
Then put it in ice bath water.
And don't leave it on warm, like we did for 4 hours.
When I brought all that salad stuff, I made eggs. I thought, oh, I'll take those eggs and we can have it with our salad. I left them in there. I came to Westford, and 9 hours later,
Oh my god.
why is my InstaPot back still on? They were still cooking.
Oh, don't do that, because even if it's on warm, it's still gonna kind of cook.
We didn't eat those.
I don't think you would.
Another tip I do, put water bottles in the freezer and froze them. So then I have a bowl of water and put my water bottles in there. So it's like ice water, but I'm not wasting my ice.
Oh, that's perfect.
I cool my eggs off, stick those back in the freezer, and I have it the next time for my
Oh, that's what
eggs.
those water bottles are doing in my freezer? Okay. So your own homemade like ice packs, but they're water bottles?
the cheap Pam way. Didn't everybody do that?
I have never done it, but I'm gonna do it now because that's actually very smart.
Then if you're like going, oh, I'm really thirsty, I need some water, and it's melted and you can drink.
2-in-1 special.
Yeah. I'm pretty smart sometimes.
You are. The conclusion of this one is all the basics, all the how-tos, just the Pam Hannah.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to be cool, but
It didn't work.
yeah. So, the Pam and Hannah way. Only 3 buttons you need to worry about: saute, manual, or pressure cook, and yogurt. Never put meat.
Always, never quick release.
Never quick release.
Always
Always do
natural.
natural release, which is wait for it to beep and say it's done, and then it will start. The pressure will go down itself.
It takes about 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on how much water is in there.
You can use foil in the InstaPot.
Do not be afraid.
Do not be scared.
If you've never done anything, do the eggs.
Yes.
Do eggs.
5 minutes, best. You'll feel so proud of yourself, especially when you peel that thing and it's beautiful.
And even fresh eggs will completely peel. It almost falls off.
Yeah, it's like crazy amazing. Then do something basic like baked potatoes. All you have to do is put the potatoes in there and put a little bit of water. That was the other thing I was gonna say. You always have to put a little bit of water, no matter what you do, because then you won't get burn on the display.
But if you get the burn signal, unplug it and turn it off.
Stay tuned for the next one and give us comments and different suggestions of what you want to see more of. We're gonna probably do desserts or yogurt next. We don't know yet.
I haven't done very many desserts. I still haven't done cheesecake in it.
Yeah, we have to try that out. It might be a trial and maybe error.
It might be an error.
So you might learn with us of what to do and what not to do with desserts. We'll see what happens.
Until next time.